to the hole in the glass, so just so he can hear me and I can hear him well.
Okay, is his mic off of mute?
I believe so, Judge.
Okay. We're in session and clause number 326942. Okay, Mr. Gilthorpe, your mic is on mute.
Yes, Judge, I muted it on purpose while I'm talking to him so it doesn't reverberate too much.
Okay.
When I need to speak, I will unmute.
Okay. Now, it's been brought to the, the case is styled the state of Texas versus Brian Desmarais. And Mr. Desmarais is, he speaks Spanish, and his attorney is Mr. Jared Gilthorpe. Mr. Gilthorpe, will you raise your right hand? Mr. Gilthorpe, do you swear or affirm to translate Spanish to English and English to Spanish so help you God?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, you may put your hand down. Mr. Desmarais, you're charged with the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. And the information alleges that on or about June 13 of 2020, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Mr. Desmarais, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Sí, señor.
Yes, Judge.
And to this charge, Mr. Desmarais, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Culpable.
Guilty.
Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Sí.
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Desmarais, I have before me a document that is titled the misdemeanor plea admonishment. And on page 2, on page 1 of this document, there are 7 issues. BD below a paragraph that is titled citizenship. And I will go over this paragraph with you. And it reads, if you are not a U.S. citizen, a plea of guilty or nolo contendere may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Mr. Desmarais, do you understand?
Sí.
Now, Mr. Desmarais, did your attorney explain this to you before you signed this document?
Sí.
And these initials by this paragraph, BD, are those your initials?
Sí.
And those initials signify that you understood what is contained in this paragraph. Is that correct?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
On the next page of the same document, There are a set of initials BD on a line that is checked next to a box that's checked guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Esos son los iniciales de usted declarándose culpable en ese documento, ¿no?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
And on page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant.
El documento tiene la firma de usted donde dice dependiente. Eso es usted, ¿no?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature?
Y es la firma de usted, ¿no?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, which is titled Trial Court
El documento tenemos
Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal,
para los servicios de apelar el caso.
there is a signature above the line that's titled defendant.
Donde dice dependiente. ¿Usted puso la firma de usted aquí?
Sí,
Is
señor.
this your signature?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, at the top of this document, there are 2 boxes that are checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Los créditos marcados dicen que usted no tiene derecho de apelar el caso. ¿Usted entiende esto?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to appeal, which means you're giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Que no solo que no tiene derechos de apelar, pero usted está dejando sus derechos de apelar. ¿Entiende esto, no?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Desmarais, did you sign a document on paper out there that is titled Discovery
Usted
Certification?
tiene un papel ahí que está ahí, que tiene frente de usted, que se llama Discovery Certification. ¿Lo firmó, no?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Desmarais, before you signed and initialed these documents that I have just mentioned,
Antes de que se firmó esos documentos por los cuales he explicado con su abogado,
did your attorney, Mr. Jerry Gilthorpe, go over these documents with you in Spanish?
y su abogado, el señor Jerry Gilford, él revisó esos documentos con usted en español antes de que lo firmara.
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that he went over?
¿Y usted entendió todo lo que él le revisó y lo que él explicó con usted?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
And is everything that he went over in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Y todo de lo que ha revisado y ha comunicado con su abogado está correcto de lo que sepa usted.
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
All right, State, I have exhibit number 1. State, you would like to offer State's exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
The misdemeanor pre-admonishment?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Gilthorpe, did you have any objections?
Your Honor.
¿Cómo?
Mr. Gilthorpe, do you have any objections to State's exhibit number 1?
No, Judge.
Mr. Gilthorpe, you have advised and counseled Mr. Desmarais. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Desmarais, your attorney, Mr. Gilthorpe, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Su abogado le ha representado. ¿Está satisfecho con la representación de su abogado?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, Mr. Desmarais, I will accept your plea of guilty.
Señor Guevara, voy a aceptar su declaración de culpable.
I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial.
Usted tiene la capacidad mental para declararse culpable.
Sí, señor.
I will also find that your pleas and waivers were freely and voluntarily given.
También encuentro que usted ha declarado culpable por su propia voluntad.
I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
También yo creo que hay evidencias suficientes para encontrarle culpable sin duda.
State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And state, what is that plea bargain agreement?
3 days, county jail.
Does he have a? Mr. Demore, the state is offering that you serve
Le están ofreciendo
20 days in the Jefferson County Jail.
días en el cárcel del condado.
You will be given credit for any time that you are entitled to get by law. Mr. Demore, okay, Mr. Demore. The court cost in this case is $512.
Los gastos del corte son 500 y algo dólares.
Mr. Demore, would you be able to pay the $512?
¿Usted puede pagar esos 500 dólares?
No.
No.
No, okay. Okay, Mr. Demore, I have before me an affidavit of indigency.
Tengo frente
And-
un papel de indigencia que dice que no tienen dinero suficiente para pagar.
And now this affidavit was signed February the 23rd of 2021.
Este papel fue firmado en febrero del 2021.
And Mr. Demore, at that time it had, how did he? It had some financial information in this affidavit. Mr. Demore, are you currently working?
Ahorita todavía está trabajando.
No, no tengo trabajo.
No, I'm not working.
Okay, so you don't have any income?
Entonces no tiene ningún ingreso ahorita, ¿no?
No.
Okay, Mr. Demore, the court is going to find that you're indigent. And because of the finding of indigence, you will not be required to pay the court costs of $512 in this case. Pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, the court is finding that you're indigent. And so you will not be required to pay the court cost. The court cost is going to be waived.
Él dice que basado en que usted no tiene la capacidad para pagar la multa o los gastos del corte de los 500, que usted no tiene que pagar los gastos del corte, los 500 dólares.
Mr. Demore, now I'll just repeat the state's offer. The state is offering that you serve 20 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit.
Se paga 20 días de preso.
You'll be
Y
given
le van a dar
credit for,
crédito por el tiempo que ya tiene acá.
okay, you'll be given credit for any time that you're entitled to get by law. And the court cost in this case is going to be waived.
Entonces le van a poner 20 días de preso, le van a poner crédito por lo que ya ha servido y no hay multa.
Mr. Demore, do you understand the state's offer?
¿Usted entiende esta oferta?
Sí, señor.
Yes,
And
sir.
do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Si usted piensa que esta oferta es justo,
Sí, señor.
yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
¿Usted quiere aceptar esta oferta?
Sí, señor.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Mr. Demore, this will conclude your case.
Este
File
va a
the bill,
concluir su caso.
and you have a blessed day.
Ya está hecho, entonces tengo un buen día.
Thank you. God bless you.
And Mr. Gilthorpe, this is your only case. You're free to go, you're excused, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Wilkerson, do you need
Yes, Your
time
Honor.
to, do you need time to, well, hold on a minute.